It's October 4th, 2022, and you are listening to the Take the Over Sports Show presented by Live Casino. Let's go. Big week here. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Take the Over Sports Show. My name is Derek. Joining me today is, as always, our faithful co-host, Drew Hirchko. Drew, how we living over there, man?
Hey, I'm doing okay, Derek. We've actually seen each other quite a bit over the past few weeks.
We have.
Fortunate. We didn't have the show last week, unfortunately, so our first show of October today.
Yes.
But we did get a chance to go watch a football game together.
We did.
We're calling that a football game, I guess.
It was a football game.
We'll call it that.
We did the
Take the Over Nation.
Oh.
Let's ride.
Just testing it. That was not supposed to happen. I don't know what happened there. But there we go. Now we're good. Yeah, we did watch a football game this week. We watched the New York Jets take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we were down by 10 in the fourth. And the New York Jets pulled it out, and that was my first time ever seeing the Jets win.
That's great.
I was beyond excited.
I had good feelings for you. Before the game,
yeah,
that's what. I took that parlay. That the only part of that parlay that hit was the Jets money line. So, the Jets winning was okay. The aura of Acrisure is not very bright.
It's not great
at this time of year.
It was loud when Kenny came in.
I can't stop. It was, and there was a lot of excitement around that place too.
Yep.
I mean, I was in line actually at Burgatory whenever that
it happened.
Free ads, but that was in line at Burgatory at Acrisure, and there was like everybody they were like was standing there like freaking out, like looking up at the large jumbotron overhead, and just like everyone's like, is Kenny in? Is he there? And then what's he go out and do?
Hey, he did not have a pass hit the ground on Sunday. He did not have a pass hit the ground on Sunday. 10 for 13, 3 picks, two rushing touchdowns. So probably a great fantasy pickup. That's
first NFL rookie ever to have 2 rushing touchdowns in his NFL debut.
And it was in a half. Here's a
QB, that is.
Here's a great. I believe based off that offensive line performance that you're going to see all year from the Steelers, I think you can start taking Kenny Pickett over rushing yards. He's mobile enough to make that happen. I really like that because they're going to start him out nice and low, probably somewhere around like the 25 yards, or maybe 15, and you just hammer that.
Yeah, the way that he's running, I mean, the way that he runs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the author of the fake slide we're talking about. So is there a number that's high enough? I don't know. I mean, I was thinking honestly, like you could say 27 even.
27 is a good number.
27 and a half would be like, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense because he could have 2 15-yard rushes easily.
And then it's fun to cheer for him even when the Steelers are getting blown out this weekend. You know what I mean? Like you can still cheer for that.
That's the great part is that Kenny cares. Kenny cares. Is that both with K's?
Both with K's.
Kenny cares. So Kenny cares. He's going to be out there trying and running and getting yardage, I think. And I think the fan base will respond in kind. I think that the Steeler Nation is going to back Kenny. And there's going to be much more excitement for that next game with Kenny as a starter.
When DeAndre Johnson comes out and says, "Oh, the offense was clicking better when he was in there," That's a real thing. You have a leader on the offense saying that, you know what I mean? So, but we got a lot of great lines coming up here this week. I really, this is an interesting week. It's going to be a make or break week. We started week 3. We were 11-6. Last week we didn't record the podcast. I had a decent week betting. We didn't put anything out there. We had a bye week last week. We were both I was out of town, and then we went down to the game, so we just didn't have time to record. But
that's enough information for them.
We're back.
You went through quite a bit. So
I did. It was a long week, but we're back this week, and we got a big week coming up here. And I want to start off the show by saying that 60% of the dogs are hitting right now from the sports book. About 60% of the dogs are hitting right now. Let's see if that trend continues into week number 5. Week number 5 is really where you start to see teams go one way or go another way.
There's screenshots out there of good teams win, great teams cover, and
that's
people are posting screenshots of records and then records versus the spread, because I think there's apps now that actually use that. Like it'll show you the team's record, like whenever you're just looking at the preview of the game. So that information is out there, and it is good teams win and great teams cover season.
That's exactly where we are right now. And I will tell you right now, we are starting off on a Thursday night, which is you can be a good team or a great team. It is a rough Thursday night game this week, guys. This is not what Amazon signed up. This is not what Amazon paid millions and millions and millions of dollars for. We got the Colts at the Broncos. I believe is it -3 or -3.5? It was 3.
FanDuel has it right now at 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Broncos -3 is -118.
So we're starting off Thursday night game. Broncos -3. Drew, just initial thoughts on this.
Man, I'm really glad that I could be doing other things on Thursday night. I don't know what the Broncos were either my first or second bet the house of the year, so I had high expectations for them, and then here we sit with the Broncos are -3 at home against the Colts.
So neutral settings, probably a pick 'em.
Yeah. I really my thoughts on it are I don't know which team. There's of these two teams that are playing, there's like 8 possible teams that could play. Yeah. Like versions of Matt Ryan, versions of Russell Wilson. I don't know who's going to be out there. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to pay attention. I'm going to pay attention, but I'm not going to bet anything on this game. You're not betting
anything. I don't love this game at all. I'll be honest with you. Both Denver and Indianapolis are 1-3 against the spread, and both teams haven't looked what they're supposed to be this year. I mean, the Colts were, they had the defense, they had the offense, they had the offensive line, they had everything to go and be a Super Bowl champion team. At 3, the Broncos are getting 70% of the money and 60% of the tickets. I'm not a big follow the public guy, but Matt Ryan, outside of one game when he beat the Colts, has been not great this year. It just feels like the Broncos are going to start playing better football here. It feels like they have to. They got to figure it out. They did lose a running back last week. He's out for the year he tore his ACL. The Colts have not played a top 10 defense yet and have lost 3 out of the last 4. The Broncos are a top 10 defense. Again, I don't love it.
You're giving us the edge we need, though. This is the information that. I mean, do you have anything on this game?
Gun to my head. And because we're responsible degenerates, Broncos -3. I'll take the home field. I'll take Russ at home. I think they do figure it out. It's not going to be a pretty game. It's not going to be a game that you're like, I gotta watch it. I don't even think the over gets close. It's only like 42.5 or something like that. But I think the Broncos cover the 3.
Yeah, it is 42.5, and this is a game that I am going to watch. Who am I kidding? But I'm going to watch it, and I don't know. I'm going to try and keep an open mind. It's going to be Thursday night football, so the pregame's going to get a little electric. Get you going a little bit.
I think so.
And then I think the play, if the play doesn't start out very well, that's just gonna
it's gonna really derail some things. Yeah,
tough watch.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys where I don't like to bet bad games, but if it's the only game on, I will 100% throw something at it. And with that being said, I got Broncos -3. I'll make it an official pick. And I'll just pray that Russell Wilson shows up. I'll pray that Matt Ryan looks like Matt Ryan of the last 3 weeks that he's been and struggles. And then we hop into Sunday.
Well, I can't find anything on FanDuel right now for Thursday for what I'm looking for. But over Matt Ryan interceptions, it's usually at a half.
Yeah.
So but a half for him is probably going to be like -160.
Probably, yeah, with that defense.
But I would still just for a bet in that game, Matt Ryan to throw a pick.
All right. So we got Drew get Matt Ryan to throw a pick. I'll take the Broncos -3, and then we go into London. We actually have back-to-back London games here.
Oi!
You sound like you're from London. We get to go over and see the Queen. Well, no. Never mind. Too soon.
Her Majesty.
But we got the Giants and Green Bay. Is it 8.5 now? It was 7.5.
Not to gloss over that, but I'm really proud of us for not doing more with talking about the Queen. But anyways, continue with your question. What were you asking?
I was let's talk about the Queen. Tom Brady and Giselle are getting a divorce.
Antonio Brown is in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, did you see the video?
No. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Was he exposing himself to people?
And that's the conspiracy theory that I have, is that he is trying to get back on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Which he thinks, in his mind, hinges on Tom Brady's decision alone. So Tom Brady's going through a tough time right now.
Yeah.
Divorce, making headlines. Antonio Brown says, "Hey, Tom,
I could take some of that heat off of you.
Yep. Watch this.
Yeah.
But like we were talking before the show too. It's the headlines last for 30 minutes, not a day or two anymore. So
I think if Antonio Brown gets signed,
nice try, but we still got the news that Tom Brady and Giselle are getting a divorce.
I heard that Adam Levine already slid in Giselle's DMs. That body of yours. So, but we do have some London games. We got a London game here. New York Giants -8 or +8.5 in against the Packers. Packers squeaked out a victory last week in overtime against a bad New England team. To see what the Packers are. Again, not a ton of talent offensively. They're still throwing it around. Oh, our audio went out there for a second. Sorry. If you have if you have Aaron Rodgers, you have a chance. So I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, I think that they have a real shot here. What are your initial thoughts here on this?
So Packers are -8.5.
It's a lot.
I think that might be too many.
Yeah.
Because the Giants, Saquon's still healthy.
But
did I miss
best
anything
running?
on
Nope.
Sunday?
Yeah. Daniel Jones is day to day.
The downside, well, he's going to run for 50. But the downside for going to a game on Sunday is that it's hard to keep up with everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. I didn't see all the news that came out on Sunday, I'm sure. But yeah, as long as Saquon's healthy, I think he makes a huge difference in that offense because
he's back.
That's a couple of big plays and that's for a few first downs could change the game entirely. So
yes.
I think for me on this one, I'm gonna get see what it looks like to do Giants +14.5 and then over 35.5.
Okay. Or because I already did it. Giants 14.5. I had this written down. Giants 14.5 over 33.5 gets you at like -112 or 115.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And that just seems like such a no-brainer,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly
Drew's riding with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say about this game is it's London. It's London. These are weird weeks for the players. They're weird weeks for the people that are involved because you got to fly over with a whole bunch of stuff. Daniel Jones is day to day, but he is expected to play. So I think if he's playing, you know, it definitely gives him a chance. Saquon has been a monster all year. It is a very interesting matchup, but we got going on here. The Giants are 3-1 against the spread and 9-5 against the spread as a dog in their last 14 games. Let's just take some doubt out of this one. Let's go Giants +14.5 over 33.5. The dogs are hitting at 60%, so why not just increase that? This game's gonna get to 33. This game's gonna get to 34. Probably, I would say even more than that. So I like this one quite a bit. And Drew, you're riding on that as well.
Yeah, tickets as low as $423 in case you were curious for the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But that I think that's a great. It was 33.5 or 33.
33.5. Yeah,
33.5 plus. I think that's if that one doesn't hit, I think that's where I hit the panic button on the entire season because that's like
that's basically free money.
Two touchdowns.
Yeah,
and then 33.5.
If they lose by 2 touchdowns, they're getting over 33.5.
Yeah, so that's what. If that one doesn't hit, we may have issues. But I like that one a lot actually.
Yeah,
that might be one of my top five picks I think for the year in terms of confidence.
Okay.
That's
hey, and the Giants have been under Brian Dable. The Giants have been playing good football.
They're 3-1.
They've been playing good football. They beat some teams that they beat the Titans the first week. You know what I mean? So, like, they're not playing bad football. I like that one.
This is where we put the Madagascar clip in. All hails the New York Giants.
Yeah. I like that one a lot. Looking over at some other 1 o'clock games, obviously we'll talk Steelers. We'll talk Steelers Bills. Did you want to do that next, or did you have a line that stuck out at you that you liked?
We can leave the Steeler talk for a little later on because
right.
I think there's just more. There's still more thoughts from the game even that I want to. Yeah, I'll probably touch on. So I'll get more of those gathered, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But one of the games at 1 o'clock, I think we just have to talk about the Jets at home versus the Dolphins because you are a Jets fan. And
okay.
I don't want you to have a pick on this one if you don't have one.
I don't have one.
But I do at least want your thoughts on this.
Yeah. This is tough because I think the Dolphins are one of those teams that have a great defense. They have weapons. They have Jalen Waddle. You have Tyreek Hill. You have, Gesicki. Bridgewater's not a bad quarterback. Tua's out, so Bridgewater's not a bad quarterback. I don't think he's going to win you a lot of games, but I don't think he's going to lose you a lot of games. We still don't know what the Jets are. We still have no idea what the Jets are. My heart says this is such a letdown game. after the week that they just had last week. This is such a letdown game. It honestly feels like, is it 3? Is it 3.5? Is it 3 or 3.5?
They got 3 plus 3.5 for the Jets is minus 115. So
it looks like it could go to
3.
plus, to 3. If it gets to 3, I think you have to take the Dolphins. I really think that the Dolphins they're a good team, man. They beat the Bills 2 weeks ago with a quarterback that was injured.
And that was Derek's Jets corner. Thank you, Derek, for that. I don't want to take anything on this because there's just Miami's like a do not touch for like 3 weeks minimum. Like, we'll see what happens. Going on over there. But I mean, seeing the Jets play live, they converted a lot of good third downs that they needed to get that win. So it was something that
they're also down 4 offensive linemen now.
I'm curious to see. That's not great, but we have Wilson back.
Yeah,
so
he looked good.
See. We'll see.
He didn't look bad.
He looked okay. Yeah. He looked okay.
Those last 2 fourth quarter drives were big. He didn't look bad during those last couple fourth quarter drives. Here's a game. Is this at 1:00? Is it is the Philadelphia Arizona game? Is that at 1:00?
Philadelphia Arizona. That's actually at 4:26.
Okay, then we'll save that one. One of the games that I liked here, I don't like here, but I want to hear your thoughts on it as well, is Lions at Patriots. Patriots -3. With a third-string quarterback, the Patriots are giving 3 points to the Lions, who do nothing but cover.
Yeah.
The Lions are like, I think in their last 20 games, they've covered 16 or 15 of those games. They're cover machines. Now, a lot of those times they're massive underdogs, so it's not hard to cover those games when you're getting 14.5. But this is a different team, and so I'm just curious to hear your initial thoughts.
Detroit, I mean, my initial thoughts are that I'll talk about this later, but the Detroit Lions at +3 seems just like an incredible value. Like that seems like
okay.
So you're saying neutral site that they're evenly matched, which
right.
I disagree with. I mean, you have Jared Goff was trending because that one of the things I did see is that he threw for a bucket, right? He threw for I think 304 touchdowns. So if he's gonna do that, I mean, they're going to find success. So if he's capable, he's showing us.
Yeah.
The most recent sample we have from a couple days ago, he did do this. So I'm not a Jared Goff fan. I think I'm on the record as saying such. So, but if he's going to do that, then the Lions have a pretty bright future, and I think especially over a third string quarterback to the New England Patriots team
with no weapons. I mean, they don't. But here's a question for you, as a non-Jared Goff supporter. After seeing what Matt Stafford's done with the Rams outside of last year, like this year, this body of work with Matt Stafford this year, was it Jared Goff's fault? Was it Jared Goff's fault that they weren't good?
No, and I actually I giggled to myself watching the Rams game because McVay's face you could see a couple of times that it cut over to him, and he was like he was pulling over the superstar Cooper Kupp and everybody besides Matt Stafford, and the look on his face was not one of comfort and pleasantness.
No,
he looked maybe panicked.
You think panicked already?
Maybe
they're 2-2.
Well, whenever they're losing a game, he's going to be. But maybe there's longer term implications there. I think he's seeing. Matt Stafford's taking off the Scooby-Doo villain mask.
Like Zoink Scoob!
And it's like, who is this guy? I mean, I don't know what all goes on. And I like thinking about that stuff. The stuff that we see these teams play for 3 hours a week.
Right.
And they're doing all this other stuff.
Yep.
And working, and they treat it like jobs or whatever, what have you. But I'm curious what that dynamic is kind of like. Like, what goes on? Like, is there a loss of confidence there? I don't know. But I don't... You kind of can say it was Goff's fault because there was so much talent that was there.
Sure,
whenever he
but
was
there's
plugged
the
in.
same talents there, and the fact that they sacked Jimmy
nation.
Garoppolo. Oh, sorry, clicked the wrong
right.
button. The fact that they sacked Jimmy Garoppolo 0 times last night, with Trent Williams being out, who's probably a top 5 offensive lineman in the league. I mean, yeah, you have all that talent on the field. You gotta. So I'm just saying, so we were talking about the Patriots and the Lions.
Was it Goff's fault?
It was. I think Goff's good enough to win him a Super Bowl. I think he would have been good enough to win him a Super Bowl. I also think to trade all that away.
If you just trade the opportunities, like you're talking about Goff. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just
are
struggling.
the buttons smaller?
Yeah, the buttons are smaller.
Okay. The fingers are the fingers bigger?
Could be.
Okay, but but Goff. They drafted Goff, the Rams did, thinking that was a plug and play scenario.
Yeah. Now we're all messed up. Sorry, that's on me.
How are we now?
I think we're all right.
Whatever we need to do, let's do it.
Oh no. We're all messed up now. Hold on a second. Cancel this. There we go. We're back. Now let me
Are we
do
okay?
this.
Are you okay?
Now let me do.
Hold on, I'm gonna do something.
I
over
got
here
Drew's
too.
picks up there, so
Hold on, I'm gonna do
there we
something.
go. There we go. We're good. You're good. You're good. We're good. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Man, that was wild.
I'm sorry.
What was that, like 30 minutes?
It felt like
That was
it.
quick.
It felt like it.
That was quick. You
Felt
fixed
like
that
it.
really quickly. Thank you. I'm just sitting over here like with like the plastic steering wheel you give the toddler in the car. And you're like, oh, I got it.
I got it.
I'm
We're
like,
good.
We
We're good.
do. Yeah,
We're
do.
good.
No, I think Jared Goff today, because being plugged into the Rams system they drafted him as the answer, right? Like
Yeah.
he's like, we're going to start him and this is going to be it.
Yep.
Not a great idea, in my opinion, for Jared Goff. So you have Jared Goff that's been through that now with the Lions.
Yep.
Maybe a little chip on his shoulder,
And
a
now
little
you
playing
see
with
him.
the vengeance.
Now you see him in the Lions, and he's playing really good football with the
Yeah.
Lions right now. But this line to me, this Lions Patriots game couldn't smell any fishier unless you're Washington Whorehouse. Like, it's that bad. Like, it is a weird line. The Lions have the number one scoring offense in the league through 4 weeks. How against a very mediocre Patriots team. Patriots have their third string quarterback in this game. 82% of the money and 42% of the tickets are on the Patriots. The Sharps seem to love the Patriots here. For whatever reason, the Sharps seem to absolutely love the Patriots here.
Oh, it's Belichick and Foxborough.
So I'm going to ride the Sharps. I'm taking Patriots -3.
That's Belichick and Foxborough.
I have to.
Belichick and Foxborough.
Yeah,
I'm going to go down and get my dunks, and I'm going to go down to Foxborough. And I'm going to go down to Gillette, and I'm going to watch. Who's the third string?
Zappy. That's his name.
I'm going to watch Zappy. I'm going to watch him destroy the Detroit Lions, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you what. It's one of those games where it could.
You say it's a wonky game. I'm going to tell you later.
It is. I understand
how you can win a house
I
with this game.
I love your confidence, and I hope you're right. If the Patriots
a
lose,
one-time investment.
the Patriots lose, it's great for me. Also, Mike Yavorski, Jets, Jets in the chat. Love that. We love
Mike.
that. Drew, he
FIFA's
said he
going
loves your
well.
shirt, Drew. So we got. Here's a game. I think it's a 1:00 game too. It's Chargers at Cleveland +3. Cleveland's getting 3 points. I'll go ahead and spell this one out for you the way I see it. Another game I don't love, but I think Cleveland has an opportunity to bounce back here after losing to the Atlanta Falcons. Browns are getting 67% of the money, 33% of the bet. Seems like another sharp game. Mike likes Cleveland +3. Mike, I'm also on that too. Cleveland is still the 5th in total yards per game on an offensive side of the ball. They're also 9th in total yards per game on defensive side of the ball. Cleveland is 2nd against the rush, which is also going to be useful for them. They control this, I think. They control it by having a good rush attack, keeping Herbert off the field. Cleveland +3 is where I'm headed here. Cleveland +3.
Cleveland +3 is respectable. And Mike chiming in with that as well. I mean, that's akin to you picking the Jets, so take that with a grain of salt. The Chargers.
Still got Herbert.
I signed a lot of petitions for the Chargers to stay in San Diego.
They didn't.
Whenever I spent a couple years out there, outside of Targets, it was like Targets was like there was somebody out there with a clipboard. Every time it was keep the, and I was the second signature every time, right behind them. And the Chargers, they hold a special place in my heart, and also Justin Herbert.
You like Herbert.
The only, I mean, they're 2-2 this year with losses to the Chiefs and the Jaguars, and then they beat a Texans team by 10 this past weekend. So I don't really like the way that they're playing right now, but I think that they also don't like the way that they're playing right now.
I just
Go ahead, Derek.
I just figured out a button I can push on here. When people chat in, I can add their chats to the screen here. And I just added Javorski's chat that said, Buffalo minus whatever they want to set the line at. They can't find a number high enough. And freaking love that. That's awesome. I'm having the time of my life over here. We messed up a lot of things on the show right now. I'll tell you that for this week. But that is a great find. That is a great find. Love that. Keep those chats coming in. We'll keep putting the great ones up there.
Hey, Instagram is good to be in your reels.
Yeah, there you go. And so what are you taking anything that game? Chargers?
No.
Okay.
I'm tempted to take Chargers -3 just because, but I'm not. Since it's a just because bet, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exhibit my growth.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that instead of placing it. I'm just going to place it to the side.
To the side. You're just going to let that one ride.
But I will enjoy watching that game. I think the Chargers have a good chance at -3.
It's only 3 points. I think they have a chance too, for sure. They're a good team. They're not a bad team at all. These are the games they have to win, though, if they want to compete in that division, because it's not easy with the Chiefs. The Broncos, that's actually been a softer division than we thought. But yeah. San Fran's giving 6.5 to Carolina. Seems like another overreaction. Really is just kind of, I don't know. Jimmy G is a winning machine. He doesn't lose. He's 34-15 as a starter. Baker's playing absolutely awful this year, and they're about to face the best defense in the league. I think that 49ers have a ton of offensive talent on that side of the ball. They have, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle. You got a bunch of guys out there that can make plays happen, as you saw last night if you watched the game. And even with Trent Williams out, Jimmy wasn't sacked one time. We touched on that earlier. I don't mind the 49ers at 6.5 as a play here. But I like it better at 49ers money line over 33.5. It's another one of those teaser games that I really like. That's at minus 112 right now. So
yeah, I would actually do that the other way. I would do that with Carolina. I would do
getting
Carolina
12.5.
Yeah, Carolina 12.5, 13.5, whatever it would be, and then 33.5. Yeah, match those up. I think Carolina is not that bad, and I think San Francisco is not that good. And that's as simple as that. And that is called analysis.
There you go. And there's a way we can both win that, I guess, too.
Yep, we can middle that one.
Yeah, we can middle that one. So, are you taking that, or are you just gonna just?
Yeah, I had written down Carolina plus 6.5, but the way that you said that made that sound so nice.
Yeah, all right, appreciate you.
that sounded great.
Let's middle that one. So we both get a dub there.
That'd be cool.
That's all I have for the 1:00 games, except for the we got to talk Steelers. We got to talk Steelers Bills.
Yeah, let's do it now.
This is a game here.
We've got Mike's opinion.
Whenever I found out the Steelers were playing the Bills next week after watching Kenny Pickett and that offensive play, when we left that game, I texted Gannon immediately after this, and I said, our buddy Gannon, who we were at the game with, I said, Bills minus 10.5, and he was like, I'm not sure if that's high enough. And it turns out it wasn't high enough. The line came out at Bills minus 14. So we got to talk about it, but Bills minus 14. Bills are a wagon right now. So how do you feel?
Yeah, and it's Kenny playing in Buffalo. Yeah, so that's going to be it. But I think he's ready for it. I think Kenny. I mean, this is something that I would imagine in the preparation that professional athletes have. They're always expecting to play, right? So
right.
I think in that same vein, this is another game that the Steelers likely have had circled since they first showed up to OTAs.
For sure.
So this is something that
it's a measuring stick.
Yeah, I think that I think the Steelers can cover it. I'm not ready to make a pick, but just thinking about it, and this is just total Yinzer. I was just at Acrisure like 48 hours ago, so that's like this is total Yinzer brain. Yeah, I can. The purgatory is still, but the the Steelers can't cover.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, they can. But Minka got dinged up at the end of that game. Cam Hayward got dinged up at the end of that game. So now you have two guys that are massive parts of that defense against a very, very, very talented Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. We got Kenny. 14 points is a lot, but Josh Allen is playing unreal right now. And he's got so many weapons. Stephon Diggs, who's covering Stephon Diggs? If Minka's out, who's covering Stephon Diggs? And if you don't cover him, you still have Dawson Knox, Devin Singletary out of the backfield, or Josh Allen to just run for 35 yards or 40 yards or whatever he needs. That's the difference between here's what I'll say. This is that Josh Allen is a bigger bodied, stronger armed quarterback than Zach Wilson, and they couldn't get to Zach Wilson behind one of the worst offensive lines in the country now because they're so injured. So you're going to tell me they're going to take down Josh Allen? Josh Allen's like Big Ben. You just can't sack him. If Minka and Hayward are out, this is going to be bad. I think if you want a real wild bet, if you can bet exact scores, or if you can find where to bet exact scores, I really have a good feeling the Bills 31, Steelers 14 sounds like just such a good score for the
That
exact.
is so
such a
even.
good, such
that
a
is
good,
so even.
such a good exact score.
It's
you don't
odd.
like that?
No, it's 45 is the total, but it's just it's so much like good has to happen.
Yeah.
Like Steelers get a field goal, like mess that up.
Well, it could.
Which that's all they can do. It seems like
That's true.
Is just kick field goals
In Buffalo.
But Kenny's used to shootout games, coming from his college background, so he knows what it's like to go up and down the field quickly.
Von Miller against that offensive line.
Yeah, I really don't feel great for Kenny. Yeah, I don't.
They put him in the worst spot they could have.
Or the best.
I mean, if he wins,
if he
wins this game, are you kidding me?
He wins.
Kenny Pickett, little hands.
I don't think we need to talk about like what would happen if he were to win.
Oh my God, we'd have to shut down a bridge. There would be a bridge shut down in Pittsburgh. They'd be like, "Well, we got to name it after Kenny Pickett. We got to name it."
It would be insane being at the game. So my experience. I wanted to. This is some of the things I was thinking about. Before my experience at the game, walking in, I was talking with you about it whenever we were about to go in the stadium. Just like nobody's excited to be there.
Right.
Like those Steeler fans are like everybody. It's like we were there out of an obligation to Steelers.
Yeah.
Not because we were excited to see Pickens or we were excited to.
And he had
see
a game.
Minka. He had a great
over
game.
100 yards.
Great game. And there was none of that. The question I think on everybody's mind was like, what are we about to watch?
Yeah.
What are we about to watch?
It's the Jets. You should beat the Jets.
Who is Mitch Trubisky?
Yeah.
And I think that with Kenny, there are so many people that are just absolutely thrilled that Kenny is starting.
And I think the team feels that too.
Yeah.
I don't like this hopium is a real drug.
Yes.
Hopium is a real drug. The team is going to be rallying around like, hey, let's go make a play for our guy. It's his first start in the NFL. He's pumped. He's excited to be here. Let's go win it for him, or let's go make a play. That being said, the Bills are going to dominate this game. I don't think it's close.
Right. I think you're right.
I think here's a victory. Kenny doesn't turn the ball over more than twice. They have Najee Harris like really carried the load for him out of the backfield and catching out of the backfield. I think Kenny runs for 35 yards. And I think he throws 1 touchdown, 2 picks, runs for 35 yards. That's what I think. Plus that Buffalo Bills defense are ball hawks. They are so good.
Did they have an injury in their secondary?
They do. They've had a couple of secondary injuries, but the guys they've had behind them have just stepped up and just made plays. Here's what I like. I don't like laying 2 scores in the NFL. I probably will hardly ever do that. Give me the Bills -6.5 over 41.5 -110. I think that's, it's another teaser from hell, but I'm not going to lay 2 scores just because fluky stuff happens in the NFL. So -6, tease it down, and then go from there.
I think especially in this game, the first half is going to be ugly for the Steelers. And that's why the Bills -7.5 in the first half
line.
Yeah, in the first half is the Buffalo Bills -7.5. That leaves a little bit of room for Kenny to backdoor cover that.
Yep.
Because it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, and God knows what's going to happen. So the Bills -7.5 in the first half line. I like that.
Jaworski just said, "Don't be naive. Steelers will lose by 24 plus." I love, dude. I wish I had the balls to bet like that. Because you could get probably -24 for the Bills at like +500, +350 probably.
Do people bet like that? Do you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. People bet like that. Yeah. Vegas buildings are big. Those buildings are big out there. So that's where we're at. Drew's going to take the Bills minus 7.5 first half line. I'm going to take the Bills minus 6.5 over 41.5 for the whole game. That's our Steelers talk for this week. It is, but hey, it's Kenny week. It's Kenny week. At the 425 spot, I have a game that I want to talk about. Philadelphia at Arizona. And I got to be honest with you here. Philadelphia is probably the best team that we've seen so far against that. Well, outside of the fluky Bills loss, I think Philadelphia is the best team we've seen so far. Here's one I like for this one, a little different one as well. Philadelphia minus a half in the first quarter is 108 right now. Philadelphia minus a half is minus 108
in the
first quarter. Here's why I like that.
Whoa.
Arizona hasn't scored in the first quarter all year. They've been outscored 31-0 in the first quarter. Okay, all signs point to this team being the best team in the NFC right now in the Philadelphia Eagles. They have a ton of weapons. Their run game is good. Jalen Hurts looks amazing. And so I think that they want to start strong here and they want to set the tone early. Philadelphia minus a half, first quarter's minus 108.
You don't think somebody at Arizona's looking at that as well?
They had 4 weeks to look at it.
Hey, we need to get out of the gates a little stronger.
Yeah.
Cliff, what can you do for us? What can you do that gets us out of the box a little stronger, gets us off to a little bit better start, so we're not playing behind the 8 ball all game?
Take Kyler Murray's Xbox away from him?
It's tough, man. New World of Outlaws game's out. It's tough to get off of. So for the first quarter bet, I appreciate that.
That's where I'm at.
I appreciate it.
That's where I'm at.
That's great. The Eagles, the 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles, are playing inspired. The 4-0 Jalen Hurts led Philadelphia Eagles are playing great, very inspired. Yeah, so it's an interesting brand of football. I'm not going to say it looks like the Alabama Crimson Tide in the NFL, but do you think it kind of almost looks like the Alabama Crimson Tide in the NFL?
I mean, their defensive line is bullying people, which is what Alabama does. Their defensive line is absolutely bullying people. Their offensive line's holding up, and Jalen Hurts is running all over the field right now. They're going to lose a game. They're not a team that's going to go 17-0 by a long shot. They'll probably lose like 4 or 5 games. It's not going to be this week, but I do like that. I like that first quarter line way more than the full game.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to talk about that game whenever we get into the overs discussion. I'm not going to do anything with the spread though.
Okay.
Are we ready? Do you have any more lines you want to talk about?
No, I think I nailed my lines.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, talking about overs, there's this game Philadelphia at Arizona, which is pretty.
What a segue, you guys. This is a professional show minus a couple fuck ups we had earlier.
That's showbiz,
baby. I heard that this week.
And the over and the total in that game is 48.5.
Yeah,
and it's pretty simple. I think there's no surprises here. I'm going to take the over on that. Eagles at Cardinals, 48.5. That's going to be 426 tip in Arizona on Sunday.
All right, I don't mind that. I like that a lot, actually. I only have one true over that I really like this week, and if you guys have any overs and you want to talk about in the chat, we'd love to hear them because this week was a little tough to predict. I think as far as like when I saw some lines, I just didn't fall in love with any of them. Seattle at New Orleans, 45.5. I could see this. I could see this being a 24-17 game, but I could also see this, being a 28-30 game. Like it could be a high scoring game that we hit easily. I'll lean on the side of points here, especially as well as Geno Smith has been playing. Geno Smith's been playing like he's trying to get paid right now. Like he's playing better than Russell Wilson last year.
Yeah, I saw
with less weapons. Like
he was up for on a Twitter poll for a candidate for like player of the week like it was only like 3 players and Geno Smith was one. And I was like, is this? I look and make sure it was like not from like a spam account. Or
it was through the first 4 weeks. He's playing some amazing football. So I'll take and Andy Dalton came in against the Vikings last week. He's playing instead of Jameis. I don't think Jameis will be back just yet. But Andy Dalton looks right at home in this offense. I mean, he's the best backup you could have in that system. Sprinkle in Taysom Hill a little bit. Yep. He still has a ton of power behind his arm. He went 20 for 28 for 240 yards last week. And Seattle's defense is way worse than the Minnesota Vikings. So I think that there's going to be some points scored in this game. I think they're going to be able to move the ball. You still have DK Metcalf out there. You still have, they still have Rashard Penny, who's been playing like amazing running back for the Seattle Seahawks. So Seattle's defense is bad. There's going to be some points here. I think Seattle at New Orleans over 45.5 is my play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
Any other overs that stick out, or
just one
that covered the one you.
Yeah, that's the main total, like the main team totals over. My other one is just a single team total. 49ers over 23.5. You probably don't like this because you just said that you really don't you don't like the 49ers a bunch this week, but the 49ers scored 24 points against a divisional opponent with one of the highest touted defenses maybe in NFL history. They didn't lose a single guy last year except for Von Miller. This one just makes a lot of sense. I think the 49ers could put up points against the Panthers. So I'll go over 23.5 points there. Do you have any other ones?
Yeah, just a player prop.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson, whatever you find it at. Lamar Jackson over rushing yards.
They're playing the Bengals?
Sunday night.
Yeah.
So he's going to put on a show. And the Ravens really aren't doing terribly this year. I mean,
no.
Lamar's playing like he wants to get paid as well. So.
Well, they were up like 20 points against the Bills last week, and they just collapsed themselves. Not necessarily Jamal. It's their defense's fault. So if he's playing from behind, he's definitely going to try to make some plays. So over his rushing yards.
I also think just AFC North, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a divisional game, so you're gonna play Sunday night. There's everything is aligning for him to make some miracles happen, and really for him, I mean, it could be 35, 37. But
Could be more than that too.
But yeah, he could get that in one run.
He'd get 80.
So it's something that it makes it fun to watch. That's why I like sports betting.
100%, yeah. But that's a game that I won't touch as far as the line goes at all because it's just so. But to have a player prop like that to bet on, yeah, I'm all in for that.
Yeah.
It's just a question I just have for you. It's not going to happen this week.
Do you want an answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jamison Crowder is on the Bills, and he's out for the year. He was like the slot guy. He was a gadget piece in that offense, a pretty significant piece in that offense. So what happens when OBJ signs with the Buffalo Bills? Because that's gonna happen.
Are you breaking that right now?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
Are you breaking that right now?
Yeah, I'll break it. Yeah.
Wow. That's gonna start. All the talking heads on ESPN are gonna be talking about like comparing it to the NBA and like super teams.
Yeah. How do you stop that?
You don't. I mean,
try to contain it.
Players can sign wherever they want. I think there's like all sorts of bylaws, I'm sure, that have like veto powers for clubs and stuff, but nobody wants to use those.
Right.
Because what if it was your team, right?
Right.
So what if you were the one getting OBJ 10 years from now? So nobody wants to use that stuff. But the
you have Stephon Diggs, OBJ, two great wide receivers on the same time. And you saw what OBJ did when he came into the Rams last year. Was on track to be Super Bowl MVP before he blew his ACL out. I really think, man, if they get OBJ, it's a sidebar. It's a sidebar. I hope it doesn't happen because we still have to play him twice this year. That would be so sick. That would be electric.
Yeah, if they get OBJ, the
take team totals over every week.
Do the Super Bowl odds go to a minus?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're going to put money, I mean, there's got to be so many people putting money on the Bills right now. They're probably already close to a minus. So what was your other over? Was Lamar Jackson's over?
Bills are plus 450 on FanDuel, by the way.
Plus 450?
Yeah,
it's early.
Lamar Jackson over whatever the number is.
That.
Yeah, there's a lot of injuries that can happen. There's a lot that can occur.
Yeah, it's so early.
So many things
early.
we can't even anticipate. Antonio Brown in a pool. I mean, we can't.
Tom Brady and Giselle getting divorced. These are things you can't anticipate.
Prepare for.
You can't prepare for.
You think
this is show business, baby.
But the Bills, they're plus 450 to win the Super Bowl this year, and I think if they get OBJ, that's
what I wonder. I wonder what it is just to see the Super Bowl winning team come from the AFC East, because now you have the Dolphins and you have the Bills coming out of there. And while Drew's doing that, we'll get into our. We have a few things left here. We have our parlay pick of the week, our bet the Haas pick, and then our hot take to end the show on. I got a parlay that's not. It's not gonna make you a lot of money, but it's not gonna hurt you either. So take that for what it is. Not big odds here. It's a 7-point teaser, and I think I talked about most of these games. Bills -7. Or 6.5, whichever. Vikings money line. I like the Vikings money line, and Chiefs money line is plus 127. The Vikings are playing the Bears. They should handle the Bears very easily. Shouldn't be a competition. The Bears are, throwing for 124 yards a game with Justin Fields at the helm. I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins putting up 300 yards with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson gets that done. And then the Chiefs money line, Chiefs over the Raiders. Raiders play the Chiefs tough every time they play them, so this one's a little scary, but Patrick Mahomes looks so determined to not have a repeat of last year. I think that they're just too hot to not bet right now. So you have Bills 6.5 against the Steelers, Vikings money line against the Bears, and then the Chiefs money line against the Raiders. That's plus 127. Not great odds, not massive odds, but I'll take those odds and give you that for my parlay pick of the week.
Thank you, Derek. Mm-hmm. So what did you have in your parlay?
Yeah, I have Bills minus 6.5, Vikings money line, Chiefs money line. Plus 127.
Wow. Plus 127.
Yeah. So it's not massive. Yeah. It's not big.
No.
But it's locked in. I already bet it.
That's what she said. Okay, so I have a parlay of more simple odds, I guess. But the 3-leg parlay is plus 522.
Okay.
And there's a few different flavors in here for you too, so you can cheer for a lot of different things. For the Falcons at the Buccaneers, we're going to cheer over 48.5.
All right.
And then we're going to do the Titans money line at the Commanders.
Over 48.5, Titans.
Money line at the Commanders.
Titans money line.
And then the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to score over 26.5 total points at home against the Texans.
Jacksonville's been playing good.
I think they're going to score a lot of points. In fact, 27 or more.
That Jacksonville's been playing good, and they've been playing. So they're playing the
Texans.
Houston Texans.
At home, big home field advantage for the Jaguars. Fans are electric down there.
Yeah.
I don't believe that to be the case.
They're buying into Doug Peterson.
But as they should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Super Bowl winning coach you got there. So the plus 522 for a 3-team, 3-leg on FanDuel.
I'm in. I love that, actually. Yeah, I like that a lot. Bucks Falcons. That's a game that's interesting. I think that's another one of those you could really anything that the line's like over 6.5. You can definitely tease the underdogs up a little bit, and then tease that over down a little bit. And those just seem like they're just so good to hit. You know what I mean? They just feel really good when you put them in there. So, that's what she said. And sorry. Then we got our bet the Haas pick here, and Drew already kind of alluded to his. So Drew, do you want to lead us off since you already alluded to yours?
Yeah, I won't waste a lot of time on this, but I do think that Jared Goff. This is okay. So I've given a couple teams a chance this year, right? I gave Cleveland a chance. They did not do well for me. The bet the house pick. Jared Goff, this is your chance. The Detroit Lions plus 3 is a lock this weekend.
It's a lock.
An absolute lock.
It's a lock.
You can take your house and you can bet your house on Detroit Lions plus 3. And at the end of the weekend, you will find yourself with 2 houses. Well, one house and like 90% of another one, but you get the point.
Okay. We have a guest bet the house. Yavorski's back in the chat. He said, "My bet the house
I'm curious.
is Baltimore minus 3 Sunday night." Baltimore minus 3 on Sunday night. That is
that our first?
That is
chat bet the house.
That is our first chat bet the house.
Our first ever. Chat.
We don't even have Uncle Tony's picks yet.
All right, so we'll cheer. We'll cheer.
We don't even have Uncle Tony's picks yet.
I do. I have gotten a couple Snapchats from Uncle Tony.
Do you have a pick for him this week?
No, I am fortunate enough to receive them, but I do receive them about 12:47 p.m.
Okay.
On Sunday.
Okay. So he likes to see the lines come in.
Yes.
Doesn't help us for podcasting, Uncle Tony. Don't be a dick.
In that vein, before you go, with a lot of anticipation building up to your bet the house, which I'm excited for.
I'm 2-1.
There are some UFC fights, I think, next weekend.
Okay.
So we may have some guests on the show. Yeah. If that works.
Yeah, for sure. We should get Tabai, and I've also wanted to get Pat Gannon on the broadcast here as well, because he's I think he's an electric factory when he bets.
We could use more insight. Oh,
he's an electric factory when he bets.
No, well, also just in life.
You want to,
in general.
You want to throw some money on whatever he's riding on, because those text updates are awesome.
There was one time,
I'll
I'll have to let Pat tell the story. because he might not even remember it. But he would like text me like once a day for like
what's the plug?
The player the hockey player point prop.
Yeah.
And he would just like go like all on one player.
Yeah.
And he did that for a while, and he told me one, I forget what the total was. That's what he can tell you. But he was like, yeah, you were up to whatever it was, like, because he just kept like taking it to the next one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were just texting, and I didn't realize all that was going on in the background. But Pat is absolutely electric.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets in front of a sports book.
Yeah, for sure. One of those guys where, like, if you get a chance to watch March Madness, he should sell tickets to watch March Madness with him. We're renting out the FanDuel.
Why don't we do that?
We're renting out the FanDuel Fan Cave this year for March Madness. All the podcast listeners can come on down. Come on down March Madness. It'll be after our live show anyway. So we'll have some more friends.
We have a
down
live
there.
show?
Yeah. Eventually, hopefully. November,
Where's it at?
November Live Casino.
We have a live show live.
All right, we have a live show live.
What's the date?
I think it's like November 25th.
I think it might be 28th.
Maybe it is the 28th.
Is it a Monday?
Hold on. Go ahead.
I don't think. Have we announced it?
We have officially we have not announced it. We're teasing it right now.
All right. So there's potential for you listeners out there that made it to this point. God bless you.
We appreciate you.
We do appreciate that very much. But there were discussions. Were discussions.
Both.
It's things have happened.
Words have been spoken.
People have communicated.
Mm-hmm. Both
And
via
I'm
email
here
and text.
to tell you
And face to face.
that there's going to be a live one of these. Wow. On November 28th or whatever that Monday is that the Steelers are playing in Indianapolis.
And we're going to have a whole panel.
And we're going to be live, and we're going to be live at live. What?
Yeah.
What else?
We're going to have a whole we're going to have a whole
Back me up
panel.
a little bit?
We're going to have a whole panel. We're going to get an official Uncle Tony pick. We won't be there. We can't do that. We will have an official Uncle Tony pick. We might have guests.
We are going to have fun. But this is a plight to say make your plans for Monday, November 28th. Make them right now.
Yep.
You have nothing going on.
Nothing.
It's the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Leftovers.
Pre-game show to the Steelers.
Yeah. So
Kenny Pickett might be in still.
that would be crazy. Imagine if Mitch comes back and is like,
What if he did?
anyways, that's so far. But anyways, Monday, November 28th.
Let's go. Sports and social.
Live casino. Sports and social.
Actually,
we'll see you there for the show, and then we'll all watch the game together afterwards.
Yeah. We're also officially licensed by the gaming board now, so we can do it in the sports cave.
Yeah,
we can do it in the sports cave. Back to the bet the has pick task at hand here. I don't want to hold you guys up all night.
That was great anticipation build up. Go ahead.
I'm excited. So this is interesting to me because I don't like the idea of strapping my bet the house to this team because they've screwed me on it a couple of times. But I'm 2-1 this season. Would love to continue this trend. I don't trust this team, but you got to go with what looks right on paper. You have to go with what looks right on paper. The Commanders have the worst point differential in the league. Dotson is out at wide receiver, and any sort of pressure seems to really screw up Carson Wentz's day. The Titans get a good win last week, and Tannehill had a productive day. Give me the Titans, -3, bet the Haas. That's my official bet the Haas pick. Titans, -3. Again, when you put yourself to Ryan Tannehill, you're opening up Pandora's box for bad things that can happen. But Derrick Henry's right there. You could just turn the ball and hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. That's my bet the Haas pick.
Do you want a -3 or they are on FanDuel right now at -2.5?
2.5 sounds better.
-114.
Give me that 2.5. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm just trying to win games here. 2.5. Yep, -2.5. Perfect. And yours was the Loins minus or plus
tree
+tree at the Patriots. All right.
I'm so excited to cheer for the Lions, by the way.
Hey,
I'm a big Dan Campbell fan.
Oh, yeah.
As everybody should be.
Yeah. I got a good hot take here, too. And it's actually a pretty easy hot take. Pretty simple hot take here. We always end the show on a hot take. Spoiler alert, we don't count this against our record. We are 11-6 last week. Pretty excited to build on that this week. Make some magic happen. After you win all your other games, or before you win all your other games, sprinkle a little bit of money on this bet on this hot take here. 2-game hot take. 2-game. That's all you got to do. Giants upset the Packers. Seattle upsets New Orleans. Both those games go over. Giants and over. Seattle and over. +34.48. Giants and over, Seattle and over, plus 34-48. That's where I'm at with my life.
That might just be worth it because.
I know. I think it could happen.
All right. Well, mine I didn't put a whole lot of thought into.
That's okay.
I wasn't really feeling a whole lot of bet the house this week. But if,
No, the
if
hot
you
take.
do, or the excuse me. Yeah. Oh boy, that's a bad omen.
Oh my God. Oh no. In the arms of the angels.
I was gonna sing that after you said the Queen thing, and I stopped. I stopped. But anyways, the my hot take is that that Kenny Pickett will have more total yards than Josh Allen.
Wow. Wait, just throwing.
No, total throwing and rushing.
Can you bet on that?
I think you can bet throwing,
Right.
Which was going to be it, but then I wanted to hot take it even further.
Yeah. So what you would parlay is
because you could do alternate.
I'm trying to figure out how to parlay this.
I think there's just a heads up line.
Yeah.
There should just be a heads up line that's most receiving yards or most passing yards, and Josh Allen will probably be minus 240.
Yeah. So Kenny Pickett will be probably like plus 380.
Not the hot take he deserves. Like
Right.
that's like
Kenny Pickett more passing than Josh Allen.
yeah, because you can actually bet on that.
Yeah, you can't bet on that.
But my hot take is that he's going to have more passing and rushing yards than Josh Allen. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Electric. So why don't you do this?
Don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can parlay this on FanDuel. But if you're looking for a place to get all your action, make sure it's at FanDuel. At the live casino. So why don't you do Kenny Pickett more passing yards than Josh Allen and an over rushing yards? That should
Over Kenny rushing yards?
over Kenny rushing.
If you can parlay
yards.
that?
Yeah.
The same game parlay they let you do nowadays. Like, what was it? It was no more than a few years ago. Like, if you try to put like two things together, like it was like
We just
instantly.
blacked it
Nope.
out. Yeah, couldn't do it.
Nope. But now these same game parlays like they have on FanDuel.
Getting real creative.
Very cool.
I like that. Hey, cheer for Kenny. You gotta.
Kenny
gotta love the
more
kid, right?
passing yards.
Yep.
And then over rushing yards.
So that's it. We did it. That's the
you.
week
Thank
right
you,
here.
Derek. Oh,
we
thank
got
God. Thank
God
God that's over.
We got a big week coming up here. We love our picks as always. Tail us if you want to, or fade us if you think we suck. Either way, that's just we're okay with it. We're sports gamblers. We understand that these things happen. So good luck.
Keep the Rays in Tampa. Shout out Phil, Carter, and T. We went to the Tampa Bay Rays game last week in Cleveland. Rays didn't win, but it was still a fun time and a good time to be out the ballpark.
There you go.
Rays are in the playoffs.
Keep the Rays in Tampa. Drink some beers. Bet some sports. Have yourself a day. Let's go have ourselves a day here. Good luck, everybody. Have fun, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're really bad at plugging that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We are.
We're on the road to 1,000.
I think it's a good thing, though.
Maybe.
Race to 1,000.
Race to 1,000. Let's get it. Good
Smash
luck.
that like button and subscribe. How was that?
There we go. That was pretty good. Good luck, everybody. Have a weekend.
Thanks for listening to this week's version of the Take the Over podcast. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.